Oh, I'm black. Oh, black people. Nobody gives a about that. Kill it.
All right, mic check.
1, 2. Gillian Wallo?
Yeah, from Gillian Wallo. Listen, everybody, Black Twitter is pissed. If you don't know already, Black Twitter, Black Instagram, Black TikTok, they're very upset with my brother Wallo. Apparently, people are upset because Wallo made somewhat. I didn't find the statements that controversial, but people said that Wallo made some statements that they found quite controversial. I'll let you guys take a look at it, then we come back and talk about it. Here we go.
Oh, I'm black. Oh, black people. Nobody gives a about that. Kill it. Either you got a good business or you don't. All that don't nobody want to hear that. That's a hustle. Support me because I got a black business. Is your restaurant clean? Is the food good? Do you got consistent cooks? Is the material good? Stop doing that. Oh, you support the white people? No, I support consistency, baby. Yeah. About what color you is. I'm gonna spend my money. That paper, I'm gonna spend them bills where I want to spend it at. Whether it's Porsche, Ferrari, I'm gonna do what I want to do while I'm here. But I'm gonna tell you one thing: I ain't gonna be finessed off some black. But one thing about it: 70% of you is not going to make it. I'm not no fake ass motivational speaker that talk this. I'm the number one nigga in the country. You know why? Y'all seen me come out of the penitentiary. I make millions, and I make millionaires, baby.
I didn't find anything personally wrong with it.
Not at all.
A lot of people was upset. It's all, you know how sensitive black people can be, man. Black people, if you say anything remotely, listen, they talking all over the internet about how much Wallo sucks now. Now everybody hates Wallo. Well, of course, not for long. You know how the internet has a very short memory. But apparently people are arguing that, you should support black business regardless.
You should. No.
Personally, no. I feel, listen, the only thing that I'm going to take exception for black business is the pride I feel when I see a black business run right. Of course, I would like to support a black business, and I will when the opportunity arises. But if you go down that bitch, and ain't nobody at the counter,
and they rude to you,
and they mean, and they late, and they talk to you any kind of way, and expect you to still support them, I 100% get where Wallo is coming from. Now, the crazy thing is people all over the internet, a lot of commentators, much like ourselves, not shitting on any commentators, but there are people who feel like, he should have just supported him regardless. They said OG Paru slams Wallo.
First time I've ever heard him talk like that. I've seen him on different platforms dealing with Gary Vaynerchuk, the white guy.
You only had like 3 channels. You didn't have, like, everything that's right now is like, when I got out of prison, I was like.
I've seen him deal with a lot of different podcasts, or I've seen him on Primetime Show or whatever on Tubi, but I ain't never seen him talk like this before. OG, you there?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Well, I got Wallo from $1 Million Worth of Game, him and Gilly. I don't even know if you've heard of their podcast, but they got a big deal from a big podcast deal. But he evidently he was very, very flagrant with these business owners, man. I ain't never seen it done this way. This was a little different for me, man. What did you see it?
Oh yeah, that guy is selling snake oil just like he's trying to go in, and I tend to challenge who these millionaires you made. You did 20 years in prison. You let some American put a battery in your back. You didn't do anything independently. So I don't see the empires that you claim. I don't see you doing any structures in Philly. I don't see you doing anything astronomically. You one of these snake oil motivational speakers that's not motivating nobody but yourself, having a gang of losers, believing in some stuff that you haven't produced. Where are your millionaires at that you made yourself? Personally, where have you went back to the penitentiary that you came from and made people's lives different, made black people's life? You can talk about black business owners, but if it hadn't been help from white people, you wouldn't be who you are.
This was a little, for me, distasteful, because being a business owner, I'm a black business owner that done paid rent for 20 years and bought real estate and done all kind of stuff, and I have had some letbacks when I was young too. But at the end of the day, I don't know, man. I don't know about this approach. I don't know how he.
All right, this is the first thing I got. I was trying to let it rock out for a minute, but I want to first speak to the first brother, what's his name? OG Pyru. No disrespect to you, but I personally feel like that was a situation where once again someone attacks the messenger as opposed to the message. The first thing that came out of his mouth was, "Oh, how many millionaires have you made? You was in jail. If it wasn't for these people, you wouldn't have changed this." And blah 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 blah. All those things may be true, but what about what he said? What about what he said?
Valid.
Listen, let me tell you something about supporting black business. If the business is good, you ain't got to ask for support.
True indeed.
If the business is good, people looking for you.
That's real talk.
Where you at? Where you been? I need my service.
It's like a good black chiropractor or good black dentist.
Sure. And I understand sometimes we don't have the resources to maybe compete on a higher level, but on the so far as very basics are concerned, if you meet people's needs, that I understand the concept of supporting black business. We need to make our business, our money circulate within our community to create more jobs within our community so we can have things that belong to us like many other communities do. I get that, but it must be based on service. If it's not, you're not competing.
Well, like he said, consistency
And whatever and serve. Maybe you sell a product. You know what I'm saying? But you're not actually competing if you're not trying to put your best foot forth. So I don't think he said anything wrong, especially if he's talking to business owners and just letting them know the real of starting a business.
No doubt.
And he doesn't have to have a spotless record. He doesn't even have to be a motivational speaker. Anybody who ever bought anything at a store could tell you that.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
I don't know, but we're
gonna let around here long enough, you know.
You know what I'm saying? Of course, you want to support the black business. If I have the choice and I see the black man standing outside his clean, friendly store, sure, I'm going to go in there. What's up, brother? What's going on?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I'm not going to accept less just because you black, and nor should I have to. You know what I mean?
Finessing them or influencing them to be better business owners.
Right, that's what I'm saying. What is he finessing them through? To work hard? To give more than what you're giving? And then try to dig deep and give him even more? What's the finesse? If he's a snake oil salesman, that's what I'm saying. That's my question to you, OG Pyru.
To blame black people for a system that is virtually corrupt, that doesn't afford black people the opportunity. Black business owners, you have to try.
Nigga. Oh boy.
I'm pulling the black victim card.
First of all, how can you pull the black victim card when we're talking about blacks interacting with blacks? We're
people.
Right. We're talking about our commerce amongst one another.
That is facts.
This has nothing to do with outside influences. It's what will it take to attract the people in your community and from your community? Good service, good work, good product.
Courteous.
All the things that work in any other business. Anyway.
Double times harder and triple times to deal with your own people. Now, you're talking about somebody that's astronomically then done things for the community and himself. You know what I'm saying? One of my boys, Curtis Wall Street from San Quentin, had a 55-year to life sentence and brought itself up from 17 years old, not being able to read, to having Warren Buffett come and meet him in San Quentin. And he gives advice and gives training for stocks for free.
Wow.
Yeah, I heard of him.
Everybody be asking me.
But that don't have nothing to do with nothing. I hate when people do that. You start talking about all kind of other stuff and giving out facts. Yeah. What are we disagreeing about, dude? We talking about whether or not Wallo said anything out of pocket. I don't think he did.
Why I should
Just
spend
mutual
my
actually
money,
work.
Bro.
just because it says black business or black owned.
But it's less. Everything in there is less. The fact that we're no longer in Jim Crow times should be backed up by it not being less. Should be all the more reason for it not to be less. Nobody's stopping you.
You get
Particularly when it comes down to things like service. Even if you don't have the nicest restaurant, if it's clean, people are still coming there.
Or if you put in the
effort.
Wow,
you out there, you smiling, y'all wiping them tables down, y'all sweeping the floor. Then it's just charming.
Yeah.
You can do goddamn a fashion shoot in an abandoned warehouse. because it's set up in such a way that it's presented. That's what I'm saying. Put some effort into it. What bothers me is how sensitive we can be. When I say we, I mean black people, us.
Always.
And you can tell they're being sensitive and jumping to the defense, because the answer to his rebuttal to what Wallo said is, it is good black businesses. Nobody said that.
Nobody's questioning that.
You trying to say black people can't do business? Here's a black man who does business. You're not hearing it. And if people are blinded by their racial sensitivity, you ain't never gonna learn nothing, man.
You're just singling out one incident with this brother that's in San Quentin.
Right. That has nothing to do with any. It doesn't even
broader scope.
It don't even fit into this. He's not even talking about nothing like that. He don't even do the type of business that Wallo's talking about. Anyway. Enough of that. Let me know what you think. Did Wallo, call that nigga Wallo. Did Wallo do anything wrong? Is Wallo just inspirational speaker and businessman talking the truth, or is he a backbiting, low down, dirty, nad riding coon? You let me know. All right, next story. Mike Shell.